empowerment training. Kingdom, are we there? Certification course in artificial intelligence for professionals and top executives. Without wasting time, we are going to start immediately. Without wasting time, apology for that 15 minutes lateness. Everything is working together for good. So today, we'll be looking at another AI tool. But before we commence the practical session, it is a plan for us to lay a solid theoretical base, because theory is the basis for practice. And to do that, we are going to be seeing one very important AI tool for today. I'm going to share slides shortly. And before I share the slide, please, ladies and gentlemen, I need you to confirm that you have downloaded those documents we share on the platform. Have you downloaded them and copied them to your desktop, or you have created a folder? Because that's another advice I give to us, that we should create a folder and include all those documents on the folder. Copy all those documents to the folder you have created. It makes work easier. Now check my screen. I want to be sure you are seeing my screen here.
Yes, sir. We can see your screen, sir.
Thank you very much for that confirmation. All right. Quick. I will lay the theoretical basis for the presentation today. Today, we'll be looking at a powerful AI tool called Gemini. Just the same approach we used last week. We want to be seeing this AI tool in terms of its capability, in terms of its potential, in terms of its capacity. From the screen, Gemini is Google's advanced artificial intelligence platform developed by Google Gemini. It is a multimodal AI system capable of understanding and processing text, images, documents, audio, code, and other forms of information. Gemini integrates seamlessly with Google's ecosystem, including Gmail. See the point of emphasis here. If all you want to work on has to do with Gmail, Google Documents or Docs, Google Sheets, Google Drive, Google Meet, and Google Workspace, Gemini aligns seamlessly or integrate seamlessly with all this ecosystem called Google. Can you see one area of capability? I did mention also last week, I said it is very difficult for you to see one professional or academic to admit that somebody else has potential he or she doesn't have, to admit that somebody else is better than him or her. That is our nature as human beings. Don't blame anybody. But ChatGPT itself recommended that there are tasks that are better performed by Gemini. Those are the tasks we are looking at today. So that somebody will not just settle for the status quo. Okay, I have ChatGPT, it's serving me, I don't need any other AI tool. It's not true. We have not even seen anything yet. I remember when one particular AI tool, let's mute ourselves. Let's mute ourselves. Webmaster, are you there, Mr. Emmanuel?
Sorry, my mic was mute. I'm here, sir. I'm not closed.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do now. So
Thank you, sir.
help us to be muting.
Thank you, sir.
I'm going to make you a co-host now.
All right, sir. Thank you.
Wow.
Are you listening? Talk to me.
Help us mute our people. All right. I was just explaining. I said there is a particular AI tool we are going to see before the end of this certification course. It's called audit.com. When that AI tool was released newly by the developer, see their language when they were doing their publicity. They forget ChatGPT. There is a new AI tool that will humanize whatever you have done. that will not make it look as if they are AI-generated content. We are going to see that. So don't think ChatGPT, you have ChatGPT, you have it all. No. Gemini serves as an excellent assistant for learning, research, writing, analysis, content creation, productivity, and decision making. Now we'll be seeing all the potential capability of Gemini now, as we are seeing on the screen. Key highlights of Gemini applications. We just see the key highlights. Because of time, we are so much interested in the practical. I'm going to share this slide. Because of time, I will just mention, I will skip. Real-time information and web research. We say accesses current information from the web, performs online research and fact check, summarizes recent development and trends, assists with market intelligence and competitive analysis. You see the examples there, latest business trend, current economic development, industry updates and reports. We have number 2, learning and education. And in this area, with personalized tutoring and coaching, simplifies complex concepts, creates study notes and summaries, generates quizzes and learning materials. Examples, explaining difficult academic topics, preparing revision materials, supporting self-paced learning. Gemini will do all this for us. Number 3, in research and academic excellence, literature review assistance, research topic development. As a matter of fact, let me share this with you quick. Somebody called me from Nigeria a couple of days ago. She's doing a master's in one university. You're at the same time work and learn. She's doing a master's. And that university have AI detector. So she was asking, I've been using ChatGPT, but the ChatGPT, they have AI detector that is detecting that I have used ChatGPT or AI tool to create my content. So how do I humanize my content so it will look as if I'm the one? We are going to see that AI humanizer by the grace of God next week. We have AI humanizer. That is when you generate content from ChatGPT or Gemini, when you take it to the AI humanizer, it will help you rephrase your content to show as if, or to look as if you are the one who created those content. Now, when she asked this question, all I just told her is, okay, you don't have to use either ChatGPT or any other AI tool all for your assignment. There are other provisions you can use to create, to get content. If it is assignment or research, there is nothing new under the earth. Any assignment given to you, somebody somewhere, either in the past or currently, has already done something. So you can use, like this Gemini we're going to see today. Gemini can also help you go and access paper, journal, even project written by others. We will make those things available with references. That is research and academic excellence. You will now remodify what others have done. Add your own. After all, in research, what are we talking about? Identification of research gaps. There is no research you want to do that somebody have not done something similar. So in research, what we do is, let me see what this person have done on this topic. Let me see what other experts have done on this topic. I'm looking for a gap, loophole. Okay, study number 1, cover this area. Study number 2, cover this area. Study number 3, cover this area. But there is a particular aspect that they have not covered. That is research. And Gemini will help you identify such research gap. Because if your research work is not bridging or filling any research gap, there is no research. Because of time, we have another area, professional writing and communication. Here, Gemini can help you in drafting emails and business correspondence, report writing, proposal development, speech and presentation preparation, editing and proofreading. Examples, executive report, conference invitation, strategic proposal. We have number 5, document analysis and summarization. With Gemini, you can upload and analyze PDF document. As a matter of fact, there's one of our assignments today. 4 different documents, one in PDF, one in Word document, another one in Excel file, then the third one in picture format. Picture format. We are going to upload all those 4 at the same time. Gemini can analyze all. Review lengthy reports. For example, you have been given a report. Maybe your superior in the office has given you a report, maybe 100 pages or even more than 100 pages, and you are asked to review. All you just need is to have the soft copy of that report. Once you upload it into Gemini, give the correct prompting, then you get your results. Extract key insights from documents, produces executive summaries. Examples, we say policy document review, contract analysis, financial report interpretation. See number 6, Gemini have the capacity to do data analysis and interpretation. It's among the very first case studies we are going to see today. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are listening to me very well, please listen carefully. In management sciences, some other school call it faculty of administration, some say management sciences. We have some recommended statistical tool to analyze the data we have collected for purpose of research. Like somebody doing masters, for example, in accounting or business or finance, or somebody doing PhD, they will tell you you can use the statistical we call starter. There is starter, there is eViews, there is SPSS. They have recommendation. Now, in the time part, precisely 2023, when I told us I started research into artificial intelligence, I collected data from industry. We are going to see that data today. I took this data to ChatGPT and I asked ChatGPT to help me analyze the data collected and interpret in conformity with eViews I specified. After then, ChatGPT replied me, I have not been programmed to handle such task. When I saw that, I know the research continued until I now discover that this particular AI tool we are using today, that is Gemini, can do it. So we have a case study on that. I'm not wasting time. The next one is image understanding and analysis. That is another plus for Gemini. Gemini can help interpret images and graphics. Just drop it and ask Gemini to interpret. I've done that before. I gave my staff an assignment, one of our staff in White Knight Academy, that's our private secondary school in Abuja, Nigeria. And he was creative and innovative. I gave him actually, okay, when he submitted the assignment, anyway, I now saw some images included in the response he gave to me. And there was no time for me to start calling him, okay, what's the meaning of this image? What is this image? But he just sent the images, about 7 of them, no any interpretation. Honestly, I took all these images to Gemini, and Gemini interpreted that this is what this image is saying. This is what this one is saying. So extract information from visual content, analyze this chart, diagrams, and screenshots, generate descriptions of images. Example, flyer reviews, logo analysis, graphic presentation, graphics, interpretation. Then we have another area that Gemini is powerful in terms of usage, business and entrepreneurship. And this includes business plan development, market research, product and service innovation, customer engagement strategies, business process improvements. Example, startup planning, and the rest. In leadership and management, Gemini is relevant. And here we have strategic planning report, SWOT analysis. You want to look at the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats of a company you want to invest your hard-earned money. Gemini can do that. Decision-making assistance, team development recommendations, organizational improvement suggestions. See the examples there: strategic retreats, leadership coaching, change management. Accounting, finance, and audit. Majority of us are accountants. So Gemini is relevant: financial statement interpretation, budget planning, risk assessment, internal control review, audit planning assistance, and we have the example: we can analyze and interpret financial statement, financial forecasting, and the rest. Then content creation and media. I've not asked us this question, but it's our usual tradition when I'm taking a training like this. But just be putting your notes down, because at the end of today's presentation, better late than never, I'm going to ask you a question. Some of you can drop your answer in the chat box. Some can unmute and speak directly to us. I want us to know what are your objectives before you join this certification course. You have an objective. Is your objective just to know how to use ChatGPT or any other AI tool to solve problems? Some other person may have a different objective. We want to know. Like I've had a trade in the time past, somebody say, my objective of joining is how to use AI to make money. We are coming to that later today. So for content creation, we have blog and article writing, social media content creation, video script development, newsletter drafting, marketing content generation, LinkedIn posts, those are examples, YouTube content planning. Then Google Workspace integration. Gemini works with Gmail. I mentioned it earlier. See the major advantage. It works with Google Documents, Google Sheets, Google Slides, Google Drive, Google Meets. I will say examples: summarizing emails, drafting replies, creating presentation, analyzing spreadsheet, managing documents. Productivity and personal effectiveness. Google can handle task management, meeting preparation, schedule planning, workflow optimization, personal development coaching. And you have seen the example. We are sharing this on the slide. Unique features of Gemini. Look, listen to this. Compared to many AI tools, Gemini excels in strong integration with Google products. I will go horizontally. Real-time web access and information retrieval, advanced image and document understanding, large file analysis capabilities. Then we have multimodal AI, then Google Workspace, productivity enhancement, then research and information gathering. Responsible use of Gemini. We want participants, that's our admonition to you now. You should verify critical information, exercise professional judgment, protect confidential and sensitive data, avoid over-reliance on AI. Ladies and gentlemen, remember I've told us earlier, no matter the sophistication of AI, artificial intelligence tool, the place of human brilliance and ingenuity cannot be overemphasized. Artificial intelligence will never and can never substitute human intelligence. They are there to complement it. It is the responsible use of AI and human intelligence plus other intelligence that makes you a professional that will be a point of reference. And lastly, I say use AI ethically and responsibly. Key takeaway from this presentation: Gemini empowers individuals to work smarter, learn faster, and create better content, and also make more informed decisions by combining the power of AI with the world's largest information system. Thank you for this attention. Immediately now, we go to the practical session. As we are working to start the practical session, please, I just need 1, 2, 3 persons. We want this thing interactive. What is your objective for joining this certification course? You can unmute. If you don't want to talk, please help us drop in the chat box. What's your objective?
I want to talk, Prof. Good evening.
Go ahead, ma'am. Good evening, ma'am.
Okay, my name is Amanda Obut. My objective in joining this practical class is because I want to retire 2 years ahead of my time and I want to make money. I need to make money before I retire, so that's why I joined this class.
I like that. You are just practical objective. You want to make money. This information you share is well noted, and it will help us. I can assure us by the grace of God, our last week 4, we are going to now open our eyes to see how you can use AI for money making. That's one way. Because of this objective you have shared with us. Okay, that's great. Because of this objective you have also shared with us, I will also add another area, that's investment opportunities that you can now combine with other tools to also make money. Because I put it this way, it was Olaro to me that said in his book, "The gods are not to blame." I did literature in secondary school. He said, when trees fall on tree, you remove the topmost one first. So if you are participating in a program of this nature, apart from maybe your organization sponsor you, you now think you want to take all the value to fine and good. It is the one that will add value to you best. We are going to look at that. Any other objective different from what you shared?
Yes, I want to add something, sir. Yeah, Prof, I actually joined this course because I want to be advanced to a large extent with the AI tools, how it works. I want to be competent with it in such a way that I can appreciate it, because I don't see myself retiring from the service at the point of at 35 years of service or 60 years of age. Actually, I want to even retire within the shortest possible time. Let me be on my own and self-employed. That's the fact about me, actually. I'm not
Great.
looking at the point of retirement. No, not at all. So I want to get averse with the whole thing and see how I can utilize it and make, a purpose and positive use of it. That's just
Thank you very much for that contribution. Very powerful objective. And I'm glad that after this session, after this certification course, you have the tools, some of the tools rather, that you need to stand on your own. That is, it's one of our vision in ACCSA Global. We empower members to become consultants to public sector, it can be MDAs, ministries, departments, and agencies, and to private organizations. It's one of the goals in ACCSA Global. So, well noted. One last objective, please others to drop in the chat box.
sorry, sir, I forgot
Hello,
to
Prof.
mention my name. My name is Ibrahim Mohammed Allah. I just feel I shouldn't leave that out also.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. Let's specify
Hello,
one more last objective.
Yes, Prof. I'm here. Hello, Prof.
I can hear you loud and clear.
Yeah,
Doctor,
good evening.
go ahead.
My name is Dr. Yen. The why I choose to join this program is for me to be able to know how AI is applied in research and policy making and implementation.
All right. Research,
That'd be
policy,
interesting.
and implementation. Yeah, I'm taking that down. Number one, say make money. Please, that's the only three we take for now. Number two, you want to stand on your own, independent. Then number three, say research and policy implementation. Thank you. Independence. You don't want to wait until you retire. I love that objective. It's another way to say this is the right time then to every other attendees. Honestly, if there is any time for you to start planning for future, for retirement, it is now if you have not started. This is the right time for you to begin to have a mental picture of your desired future. If you don't want to join the bandwagon of those at old age, when you are supposed to relax and be enjoying the fruit of your labor, you will now be depending on government, one pension or no pension. That will not permit me to share a lot of things. Let's go to the practical session. Please, let's open our case study notes. I've shared that on the platform. As I'm saying it, I'm sharing it also on the screen. I'm sure you can see my screen. This is it. Yes. Please check. You all have it. Case studies. See it on the screen. I want us to see our case study, and we will be as fast as possible today. As fast as possible. Mr. Olayinka, do you hear me? You raise your hand. Please. Okay, thank you for sharing. My great eating. All right, we'll look at the chat and answer that later. Thank you for sharing. Please, let's just open our workbook or case study. It's in PDF. The one I share with you, you will see case study week 2, August 15, 2026. The very first question we are going to look at today, just follow. I can assure us, as I'm taking this presentation, I'm recording as well. After today's presentation, I promise I'm going to share the video for last week. Then, before the next one, we can share today, but pay attention. Case study number 1, if you can see part A there, we say Gemini.google.com. Gemini. I want to be sure it's the same thing you have there with you. Now, let's see case study 1. We will be as fast as possible. Individual income tax computation, effective January 2026. We are all aware that we have a new tax law in our nation, Nigeria. See the topic, application of progressive tax bans, rent relief, and benefits in kind valuation. Scenario, Mrs. Linda Okonu is a senior finance executive working with an energy company in Abuja. For the 2026 assessment year, she has the following income and benefits: gross annual salary, 15,500,000, annual bonus, 1.5 million naira, employer provide rent-free accommodation with an annual rental value of 5 million naira. Employer also provides a utility vehicle value at 6 million naira, pension contribution by employee 1 million naira, Mrs. Okronu rents a second apartment in Lagos for her family, for which she pays 2 million per year. Require, using the new tax rules effective January 2026, compute total gross income, applicable rent relief, benefits in kind valuation, that's rent-free accommodation cap at 20% of gross income. Then employer provided vehicle cap at 5% of asset cost, total deductions and taxable income, tax payable using the new progressive PIT bands, personal income tax band, that's the PIT, net income tax after tax. Notes for assumption, rent relief is equal to 20% of actual rent paid. As a matter of fact, all these provisions you are seeing in the additional information or assumption, they were extracted from the question and in accordance to the new tax law. See all those breakdown. We know what to do already. What are we asked to calculate now? Require, using the new tax rules, effective January 2026, compute what? Total gross income. Now, to solve this for us, we want to deploy Gemini to do it. You see the advice I'm giving to us, especially some of us who are consultants, tax consultants. It is not out of place for you to either sit down, you have the new tax law with you, compute this manually if you have the time, or if there is any tax platform, or if there is any Excel document or Excel file that you can use to solve these templates, you can also use to compare the result. Remember, I've said you cannot and you should not rely on AI 100%. As a matter of fact, both ChatGPT and Gemini will tell you they make mistakes. So if there are mistakes and you don't know your onions, how do you correct the mistake? So what we are going to do now, let's launch our browsers. We are entering the practical session now. Launch your browsers immediately. Let's launch our browsers like we did last week. My own browser is Firefox. As I'm launching, I'm going to share with us. See my browser here, Mozilla Firefox. Now, once you launch your browser, I want you to type Gemini. Just what? Gemini, gemini.google.com and press enter. See what you're going to see on your own screen. Last week, I advised us, if you want to be joining, you can join with your phone to be seeing what we are doing here. Then your hand will be on your laptop. If you have not done that, we are recording this. We give you recorded presentation. Much later, you can refer to this. So if you are where I am, I just need one person to confirm. 1, 2, out of the mouth of 2 or 3, the matter is established. And somebody confirm, I am where you are. I will not continue until I get confirmation.
I am where you are, sir.
Thank you, sir. I'm also where you are.
I'm where you are, sir.
Thank you. I can see that image also, you are there. So we'll now go ahead. I will not be interchanging now between the Gemini platform and the case study. You also have the case study. But the only thing we will do for this case study one, I will just highlight the case study. Okay, for this very case study one, let me show us. We know what it means to highlight anyway. So see what I'm doing. I will just highlight the entire case study. Watch. I'm starting from case study one itself. I'm already highlighting. I will highlight everything. Then I'm going to copy. Once I copy, I will go and drop in that Gemini application. See what I'm doing here? Here is Gemini. Can you see new chart? Just like we saw for ChatGPT last week. Images, library. Then these are the works I've done in the time past using Gemini. I will paste here. Do what I did. I just copy and paste. Now, if you still remember some of the theoretical foundation we laid, you will remember that here I did not upload or drop the new tax law of Nigeria here. But the question is saying, This problem should be solved in accordance to the new law of Nigeria, tax law, that took effect from January. That is the power of Gemini now. It's Gemini that will now go to Google, go online, go and search, where is the new tax law of Nigeria? And it's going to use it to solve this problem. That's one powerful advantage of Gemini. So all I need to do, see the question I've just dropped, case study 1, tax computation. Watch. Once you copy and paste, I will submit. You can press enter or submit. Let's watch and see. Can you see? Searching web. That's the first thing. Searching web. What is Gemini looking for at the web? It's looking for the tax law, looking for relevant information that will enable it to solve this problem. See what we got here? Computation of individual income tax for Mrs. Linda Okono, 2026 assessment year. See, total gross income. Immediately, Gemini have given us the total gross income. Gross income includes and tax remuneration, as well as taxable non-monetary benefit in kind, EIK. See the gross annual salary, annual bonus, accommodation benefit, vehicle benefit, total gross income. Can you see that? Then benefits in kind, valuation, rent-free accommodation, see benefits in kind. That's giving us that 3.4 million. The employer provided vehicle benefits. That one also computed. The applicable rent relief. Can you see? Gemini is now quoting. See the rule. Where did he get the rule from? From the existing tax rules of Nigeria that he has stopped the net to extract. And that is why we say, where is this AI getting their data information from? That's why our Bureau of Statistics in our countries, various countries all over the world, we should be mindful of the information or data we share. Because it's not that now a Gemini will now go to Federal Inland Revenue Service, give me a copy of the new tax law. It makes use of what is available in the digital space at a particular time. Total deduction, we can see taxable income. Allowable deductions, we can see this tax payable computation, progressive PIT bands. You can see that taxable income band, tax rates, the first 800,000, he said his rate is 0%. That's 800,000. As we are talking, you can look at this. You see not the same thing that our new tax code is saying, that if you're not any more than 800,000 or if it's 800,000, the first 800,000 tax free. That's what it's showing us here. Then from 800,001 to 3 million, 15%, that's applied the rate. Then the total, we can see the last column, tax payable by this taxpayer is 3,483,000. Then net income after tax, that is all. So you can see the summary here. Total gross income, 20,700,000. Less total tax payable, 3,483,000. Less employee pension contribution, 1 million. So net income after tax and statutory pension, we are all given here. This is case study 1. But as professional, I want us to check something here. See my cursor, if you can see blinking. See my cursor somewhere. Immediately after that, ask Gemini. Can you read what is here? Gemini is AI and can make mistakes. I'm just reading what I'm seeing here. And this is where individual brilliance and ingenuity is important. We should not rely 100% on AI. We should know the nitty-gritty of what we are doing. If you are an accountant, we should know the nitty-gritty of the double entry principle. That's minimal, as discovered by the Italian priest Luca Pacioli, 1494. We look at a solution, compare it with the one you sketch. You should be able to look at it. Is this thing reasonable? If it's not reasonable, then dig deeper so that AI will not mislead you in your decision making. That is case study 1. We are going a long way, so let's leave case study 1 at that. I will go straight. We look at case study 2. See case study 2. Ladies and gentlemen, last week, while doing presentation, I want to be sure it's in this certification course, maybe another training I handled online. Generally, when we talk of data analytics, we are looking at 5V. 5V. The first V is volume. The next V is variety. Another V is velocity. Another V is veracity. And the fifth V is value. So generally speaking, when we talk of data analytics, we are looking at 5 V's the volume of the data, the velocity of the data, the varieties of data, the veracity of the data, and the value. And in data analytics also, we have 4 types of data analytics. The first one is descriptive analytics. This is where you describe the situation of your company or your business. You describe the situation of your ministries, department, agencies. It's just like somebody sick who goes to the doctor. You first explain, doctor, this is how I'm feeling. That's descriptive analytics. Then the second analytics is called diagnostic analytics. That is where you diagnose to find out what is really the problem. Why are we making losses despite all the money we have invested in this business? Why is the result we are getting today not better than yesterday? Why is our profit reducing? That's diagnostic analytics. You want to diagnose what is the cause of this problem. Just the same way doctor will also diagnose you to see the cause of feeling the way you are feeling. Then the next analytics is prescriptive analytics. That's where you now make prescription. How do we now solve this problem? That's the next analytics. We started with descriptive, diagnostic, then prescription. That's prescriptive analytics. Then the last one, the doctor will now say, if you fail to take this prescription, this medication, this is what is going to happen to either the business or to the human being. And that one takes us to the fourth one, predictive analytics. So we have 4 analysis: descriptive analytics, diagnostic analytics, prescriptive analytics, and predictive. This evening, we are going to see one of such analytics now, which is predictive analytics. How do I use past data? We have paid taxes, or this is what we have been incurring as costs for the past 5 years. How can I now predict the expenses or costs to expect next year? That is what this question is looking at. Predictive budget forecasting. You are seeing my screen case study 2, predictive analytics. Predictive budget forecasting and expenditure tracking using machine learning. So you are a finance officer in a government ministry, e.g. Ministry of Education. You have 20 years of historical budgets and expenditure data stored in an Excel file. Ladies and gentlemen, as I'm saying this, check what I drop on our platform is among the documents. You will see an Excel document there, or 2 of them. The data set contains the following column. See it here: budget allocation, personnel costs, capital projects, overheads, actual expenditure, inflation, GDP growth rates. Say your task is to use AI or machine learning tools such as Gemini to answer the following questions. Main task: using the historical data provided. Say number 1, predict the expected expenditure for the next fiscal year, year 21, across personnel costs, capital projects, overheads, total expenditure. Number 2, identify budget categories that are at risk of overspending by comparing predicted expenditure with proposed budget allocation for year 21. Then number 3, show how the AI model can dynamically adjust the budget mid-year if inflation increases by 2% or revenue drops by 5% from projected amount, and so on. Then the last one says, for capital projects, predict which projects are likely. Let's just leave this. I will take some part of this question. I will leave others to go and complete. Once you have access to Gemini, the rest is doable. So what I'm going to do is to upload. We want to see another aspect of Gemini now. The question we are even solving is inside a case study booklet. So I can't upload everything. What I will now do next, check. I will go back to the Gemini that we launched earlier. See Gemini, check the screen. This is Gemini now. Look to my left here, see my cursor. I want new charts. I'm telling Gemini, close this chapter. I'm done with this solution. I want to solve another problem. So I'll click on new charts. As soon as I click on new chart, what did he ask me? What can I help with, Professor Adebayo? All right. What we are going to do next, just pay attention. I will go and upload the data sets. For avoidance of doubts, I want to even do something different now. Let me open. I want to open the particular data set itself so we can see certification. Certification course. This is August the 2. Case study 2. Let me share with us now so that you know the content of the data set we want to upload. See it here. See the data set we are uploading on the screen. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the past data you have for that ministry. We have year 2005. If you scroll down up to 2024, now you want to use Gemini to help you predict what all these costs will be for year 2025. That's the simple thing we're doing here. You have the historical past data, then you can predict the future. So predictive analytics. The budget allocation, another heading, personnel costs, capital projects. We have overhead, actual expenditure, inflation rate, GDP growth rates. All these for how many years? From our question. This for 20 years now. Yeah. They want to predict what this cost will be for next year. Gemini will do that for us. So I'm closing this. So it's the same Excel data I will now go and upload to Gemini. See it here. All I need to do, look at this cross sign plus here. I will click on plus. Then I'll say upload file. As soon as I say upload files, I am going to my folder where I save the file, Excel file, certification course, August 2026. I go to week 2. See it here from the platform. That is the one I label case study 2, predictive modeling sample budget. See, I will just click. I highlight that. Then I will say open. Watch. As soon as I click open, can you see now my Gemini have uploaded the data? This same pattern is what you follow. Once you have any data you want to analyze, upload the data. Then the next thing is prompting. Because of time, all I will do, I'm not asking, last week we were saying act as data analyst. But this time around, because of time, let's just watch what I'm going to do. From our case study itself, you start to highlight. You are a financial officer in government. I am highlighting up to the second question. I'm going to show us what I've done. Never worry yourself. See what I did now. I'm reading it out. I just highlighted from you are a financial officer in a government ministry. You have 20 years of historical budget and expenditure data stored in an Excel file. Ladies and gentlemen, listen carefully. If I decide to just send this now, that this is my prompt, Gemini may even ask me, but I can't find any uploaded documents. He has done that before. So what I will do, I say you are a finance officer in a government ministry. Find attached. See what I'm typing now in Gemini. I will now say find attached or find uploaded 20 years. See it now. Find attached 20 years of historical budgets and expenditure data stored in Excel file. We now continue. The data set contains, I don't need to tell Gemini, it will access by himself, but don't worry, because of time. We now go, say your task is to use, I don't need to say use again, I'm already inside the platform itself. I will edit. I'll just say your task is to, I'm deleting all that. Your task is to answer the following. See it now? The following. Can you see them? Predict expected expenditure and identify budget category data at risk. I just pick 2 only. Then you submit. Watch. As soon as I submit, Gemini is doing its work. You upload data, then you draw the attention of Gemini that you have attached your data. Don't just assume some other time that once you upload, it's aware that you have uploaded. You need to give your prompt correctly, accurate prompt. Let's watch If we have anybody following, it's possible your own internet is stronger where you are. If you get results, you can mute and tell us, I am there. See what we are doing here. Can you see the solution? To evaluate 20 years of historical expenditure data and forecast baseline needs for year 21, financial modeling combines ordinary least squares, linear regression with inflation-adjusted cost escalation across all major cost centers. Forecasting methodology, Gemini is telling me the methodology adopted. I know some people will ask questions later, Prof, your own result is different from my own. It's good I answered that one now. If you want a uniform answer, if all of us want a uniform answer, then our prompt will now include the following. Using ordinary least squares linear regression, predict year 21. Because there are various methods of prediction. It's just like an accountant. You are asked to calculate inflation, and they didn't tell you the method of inflation to use. Of course, we have straight line method, we have reducing balance method, we have the sum of the year unit, sum of the year tip method, we have the production unit method, we have the production hour method. So if you leave your prompt blank and there are various methods, you did not guide the AI tool on the method to use. You will just use any method of its choice. So I'm just telling us why your own solution may not be the same thing with my own. My own, of course, my own Gemini is saying it's using the OLS, ordinary least square. Some other person is a multiple regression. All right. It's not the solution we are viewing now. I'm scrolling, see personnel cost, all this one is explanation. I will go straight to where we are going. Can you see from here now? Year 21 expenditure prediction, applying the predictive trend models to year 21 parameters. Use the following projection for expected expenditure compared against typical government allocation ceilings. See something, budget category for my own personnel cost with this modeling approach. So before you say, Prof, my own personnel cost is not the same thing with the one I'm seeing on the screen. Check the modeling approach your own Gemini use. So it gave us modeling approach, linear trend plus wage index. Projected year 21, $58,400,000. That's what we got here. Then for capital project, we have $32,100,000. For overheads, that's for 2021, $18,500,000. Total expenditure, aggregate projection, $109 million. Then, you know, the second part of that question say identification of at-risk budget categories. It says personnel costs, high risk of overspending. Statutory salary increases, pension contribution and baseline staff increments systematically outpace statutory budget caps. So historical data shows mandatory personnel obligation cannot be deferred, leading to an estimated overspend of $3.4 million. So it's also drawing our attention to the areas at risk. All you need to do, you know, from our case study, I've just answered question 1 and 2. You can now go and copy again, task number 3, paste and submit. I will stop here for brief comments before we take the next case study. I want you to be interactive. Any questions so far? Or do we have anybody who is having result, whether your solution is the same as my own or not? Let me allow. Anybody?
Good evening, Prof.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you for the lectures. We are enjoying it.
Thank you, sir.
Please, I want you to go over the questions. You are a finance officer in a government ministry. Please find attached 20 years of historical budget and expenditure data stored in an Excel file.
Okay. That's
The
where
data set contains the following columns. Do we need to copy from there, or you can just share it with us so that you can be able to copy properly? Thank you very much.
All right. Okay, no problem. I said something that once you even upload that Excel file, you may not need again this data set contains the following column. You don't need that again.
Okay.
The most important thing is once you upload and you draw the attention of Gemini that find attached. So once you say find attached, it will make reference. So this one may not be necessary. You can just limit the phone to You are a finance officer in a government ministry. Find attached 20 years of historical budget and expenditure data stored in an Excel file. Your task, so you remove, you don't need all these other ones. Your task is to answer the following. That is all. Any other comment before we?
Thank you very much.
You're welcome, sir. Because of our time, we have some more interesting case study. Let's leave this one. We are recording. Let's go to case study number. I may skip some of the case study, especially the one that will be repetitive of what we have done. Now, if you look at case study 3, ladies and gentlemen, the same process we follow to solve this one is the process you will follow. And if you check the document I shared on the platform, I've labeled that one case study 3. You will see it there. It's also in Excel format. But let's see the case itself, even if we are not going to solve it together. This is a case that is addressing research. And I'm glad when one of the participants said his objective for joining is how to use AI for research, problem, and policy, something like that. I pencil this down. You have a research topic. That's the problem we are solving in case study 3. And that topic is effect of borrowing on financial performance listed companies. Can we see that? And you already have your objectives. This is the normal thing when you are writing a project, either BSc project or MSc project or PhD. You have your topic, set your objective, you have your hypothesis, and the hypothesis, of course, we have the null hypothesis and the alternate hypothesis, which at the end of the day, your data analysis will decide whether you reject or accept. The main objective of the study is to examine the effect of borrowing financial performance of listed companies. The specific objectives are to, 1, examine the effect of total debt on financial performance of listed companies. 2, determine the effect of short-term debts. Short-term debts on financial performance of listed company. 3, assess the effect of long-term debt on financial performance of listed companies. See your hypothesis. In line with the objectives stated above, following hypotheses were formulated on null form. The null hypothesis 1, total debt has no effect on financial performance of listed companies. Hypothesis 2, short-term debt has no effect on financial performance of listed companies. Hypothesis 3, long-term debt has no effect on financial performance of listed companies. See the scope of the study. 214 for 86 companies. Ladies and gentlemen, the data I've shared with us for this case study are real-life data that I collected at the time I told you I was carrying out research in artificial intelligence. So they are real-life data obtained from 86 companies in Nigeria. See the ROE, return on equity, STD, short-term debt, LTD, long-term debts, then TD, total debt. See the requirement. This is the area of interest to us. Analyze the attached data collected in respect of the case study and interpret the results. See what I mark in yellow? In conformity with the use of data. Some of us in social sciences or management sciences, faculty of administration, I said earlier, when you are doing your master's program or PhD, 2 key statistical tools recommended. Either they ask you to use data or they ask you to use eViews. Those in social sciences, they may ask them to use SPSS. So this is what we now want Gemini to assume the status of that statistical tool called data. So instead of you saying, let me go and buy the software, install on my system, and begin to analyze and interpret. I've seen in the time past, even here in the US, I've seen a minimum about 3 PhD students who completed their PhD in universities here in the US. When they were trying to analyze their data, they reached out to me. They sent me, and as at that time, we never even knew Gemini can do it. So I used an installed data and eViews to analyze. And it's not small money. They paid me to appreciate my effort. I'm talking of $1,000 minimum. They paid just to help them analyze their data and interpret. And I remember very well one of the students, when she did a presentation, we give God the glory. She was called a distinction. But now, instead of you saying, let me buy this data, install, and begin to analyze, you want to use Gemini to do it. What I'm going to do, see, I'm copying the entire to make the work easier, though I want you to really solve this one yourself. But again, we will just copy. It's the same process as case study. Because of time, see what you will do. Once you go back to your Gemini that will launch already, new charts. I'll go to new charts. What can I help with, Professor Adebayo? That's what my Gemini is saying. I will now go and upload. I'm going now to upload that data that I said I collected. I want us to even see it. My people in the north say Ghana, Fiji. Ghana, Fiji. Seeing is believing. It's good you see the data we are uploading. I'm showing us those data. See it for companies. See the company, yes, return, equity, short-term debt, long-term debt, then total debt. 7-Up Nigeria, AG, these are the company that data we are collected for 2024. See all of them here. I'm scrolling down, see all of them. It's something companies for 2024. Then we have another column here, return on equity, short-term debt, long-term debt, total debt. So this is what we are going to upload. I just show us for us to see what we are uploading. Then when you click on this, I will say upload file. Then I'll go to case study 3, cross-sectional data analysis. That's what we want Gemini to do. See what? It has been uploaded. Then I will drop the entire question. I just drop everything. Topic, effect of this, the main objective, I'm dropping everything. Then watch what I'm going to do now. You know there's nowhere that I've told Gemini that I've attached, I did not tell Gemini here that I've attached the data. So I will look out for something here. Required. Okay, it's here. Analyze the attached data collected in respect of the case study and interpret the results in conformity with data. Once you do this, you submit. I submit. Let's watch what Gemini will do. The one is to submit and begin to look. Begin to watch. Because this one involves a lot of deep analytics or deep analysis. It may take time. It's just like the one I have shared with us I saw in March 2026 this year when I was in Nigeria, when the Nigeria Revenue Service served us a tax liability of over 16 million. Solution may not come immediately. Startup command syntax. Let's see what. See, immediately. See what? See the result. Startup command syntax. We have all those coding. Descriptive statistics, summary statistics, and it's equal to 86. 86 company. ROE, return on equity, observation for 86 company. Data we have collected, mean, standard deviation, see interpretation. The average return on equity across the 86 listed companies in 2024 was this, ranging from a minimum of 4% to a maximum of 50%. All those Pearson correlation analysis, the correlation matrix, interpretation. All borrowing metrics show weak negative linear relationship with return on equity. Let's go. High correlation exists between short-term debt, long-term debt, and total debt. It means the rank correlation greater than 0.8, confirming that total debt is an exact sum of STD. Let's just go regression analysis and model outputs. ANOVA table, model diagnostics, model 2, joint effect. I'm just calling the solution when you get the same results when you use this. Detailed interpretation, T objective. That's non-hypothesis 1 now. Total debt shows a coefficient of negative d raised to power that with a p-value of 0.697, which is substantially greater than 0.05. Division failed to reject H01. There is no statistically significant effect of total debt on the financial performance ROE of listed companies. You continue all this. We'll stop here for this one. You have seen that. What I'm trying to demonstrate today is that Gemini has been built with the capacity to collect data and analyze and interpret data in conformity with data and even e-views. You can do that later. Let's go to case study number 4 because of our time. I want us to stop today, quarter to 7 now. Yeah, I mean, we started a bit late, so we'll take the hard back instead of stopping at 6:30. Let's see case study number 4. This is another powerful dimension, another powerful potential of Gemini. Case study 4, YouTube video summarization on sustainability reporting and digital tools for financial reporting. Ladies and gentlemen, sir and maps, if your boss attend a function, maybe it's a keynote speaker or any other person, maybe somebody you cherish so much, and you have only the video link, the YouTube video link of a presentation, and you are preparing for a similar presentation, and you want to extract, instead of, you don't have the time. You don't have time to sit down and begin to watch video of 1 hour or sometimes 2 hours from start to finish and be jotting points. You can copy that link to Gemini and ask Gemini to summarize the video presentation. That is another powerful feature of Gemini. Let's see this question. You are a sustainability and reporting officer in a multinational organization. The executive director recently participated in a lecture on sustainability reporting, ESG compliance, and digital tools for financial reporting, and shared a YouTube video. You need to arrange a meeting with us, USA. All right. Somebody drop something in the chat. Please, is it chat? You can send to my WhatsApp. Yeah, I just see a message. Just hold on, please, a moment. Please, let's hold on one moment. Somebody said I need to arrange a meeting in US here. Let me see. Sorry for that break. Please, the person that dropped the message that you are in for a meeting with them in the US here, if you are online, you can send that message to my US line so we can arrange the meeting. Thank you very much. So let's go. Due to time constraint, the executive director has asked you to use artificial intelligence tool to quickly analyze the video and prepare a professional summary highlighting the middle insight, these opportunities and recommendations discussed by the speaker. A moment, please. So how do we go about this? Let's see that now. Practical tasks: analyze the YouTube video on sustainability reporting, provide executive summary. Let's leave all this. We want to see the link. Please check your case study. Important notes: see the YouTube link here. So all you need to do, please pay attention. Copy that YouTube link as you are seeing me doing. I'm copying. Just highlight that YouTube link. I'm copying. I'll copy. Then I will go back. See another note under here, important note. Before attempting the case study, summarize the video to give you an idea of what it is all about. So what I'm going to do, very simple here, I will copy the link. After copying the link, I will go and drop it. I'm dropping the link, the Gemini. Watch, I'm back to Gemini. So I'll go to new chat. I click new chat. Then here I will drop. Can you see the link? I just drop it like that. That is the YouTube, the video link for that presentation on what? Sustainability reporting. I can now prompt Gemini because the advice from our case study said, summarize, see what I'm just typing, summarize the video. Summarize the video link above. Huh? I now submit. Watch something now. I drop the video link, that's YouTube video link, then I say submit. Watch what we're gonna get as a result. He said connecting to YouTube. So the first thing, you connect to YouTube, go and watch the video. It will save you the rigor of you sitting down to be watching 1 hour, 2 hours video. In less than how many seconds? Less than 1 minute. See what response I got here. I don't know what you are getting there. The video titled Sustainability Reporting and Digital Tools for Financial Reporting by Professor Paul Adejola is a university level lecture covering 2 major accounting subjects: sustainability reporting, ESG, and digital tools for financial reporting. Key takeaways and core topics. This is with the number of meaning: sustainability and ESG reporting, definition and core philosophy. It gives the number of seconds, ESG framework breakdown, environmental, and so on. Then we have global framework and standards, greenwashing and reporting challenges, practical case study, ESG analysis, and with calculation. Because this lecture was actually for a PhD today. I took it here online, and we saw some calculation. See, key formula taught, percentage increase, reduction rate, digital tools and emerging technologies, and so on. He's now asked again, would you like a summary of the journal entries for the digital asset case study? If I say yes, he will give me, but that is not what this question is asking us to do. I'll go back to the case study. The case study now say, analyze the YouTube video on sustainability reporting and ESG compliance. Provide executive summary. Let me copy. I'm just copying. You also have it. I'm copying from the practical steps and practical task. And because of our time, I'm just taking from 1 to 5, Roman numeral 1 to 5 only. See what I did now. Practical tasks from our case study. Analyze the YouTube video on sustainability reporting and ESG compliance. Provide executive summary, key discussion point, ESG framework mention, benefit and challenges. That is all we'll do. I want to stop this question here. See, executive summary immediately. Gemini have done that. Key discussion point, we defining going concern and wealth, the pillars of ESG compliance, materiality and greenwashing risk, financial reporting versus sustainability reporting. These are some of the, I can't remember. Hand it up again. During that lecture. At what? This one. Then financial reporting versus sustainability reporting, all extracted from that YouTube video. Role of digital tools and blockchain reporting, ESG, benefits and challenges of sustainability reporting, challenges, practical lessons, and is asking, will you like a step-by-step breakdown of the green tech manufacturing case study calculation? If I say yes, to continue. Ladies and gentlemen, this is case study what we have done now. If you have any question, let me know before we take the last case study for Gemini today. We actually have case study 5 and case study 6. I will skip case study 5. I will go to case study 6 because it's somehow different. All right. If you don't have any question, and because we want to maximize.
Hello, Prof. Prof, I have a question, please.
Go ahead, sir.
Yes, it is by my own understanding, AI is used to simplify what you do as human. But as a researcher, my concern is where there is a lot of issues about plagiarism and all that. If as a researcher you depend solely on AI to do all those things, where then is a place of originality, currency, and so many other things that is expected of you as a researcher?
Thank you very much for that insightful question. Now, for you, if you are a worker, maybe civil servant, a professional, or consultant, that is why if you see the topic, certification course in artificial intelligence, application for professional and top executives. So it's to support you in decision making, to guide you. Remember, we keep putting a clause. AI make mistakes. So the place of human brilliance and ingenuity cannot be overemphasized. As a professional who also observe the ethical use of AI, you will not give me a question, for example, maybe you say, okay, Prof, come and organize a training for us on the application of cloud computing in financial reporting. I will now go and just put the topic, drop it, ChatGPT or any other AI tool, it will now generate. I'll come and present to you. No, I won't do that. AI will develop it, draw my attention to the point, but AI will not do for me practically how to use the cloud-based accounting solutions. These are, it will just guide, okay, you want to train people on the application of cloud accounting or cloud solutions in financial reporting. It will give me, it will list them out. We have Sage online, we have QuickBooks online, we have Mario online. It will list all the software available. But the onus is now on me to go and learn any particular one I want to demonstrate. Let me answer your question in another way. For you, that is a professional or a consultant, that is not exam you want to write. AI, very, very relevant to support what you are doing. We are in the world of competition. For myself now, that I do a lot of things. In fact, I practice what is called multiple, okay, don't let me use multiple streams of income, diversification. And the tension for the organs at the top. This is not a time you will be racking your brain. Now you give me a financial statement, even if you give me in hard copy, you ask me to help you analyze it. Is it the time I will now sit down? I will now be remembering all the formulas I've taught my students in school, profitability ratios, liquidity ratios, solvency ratios, market and investors ratios. So, no, all I need to do, all these things are already loaded somewhere. I will convert that hard copy into soft copy, upload. I say, find attached the financial report of this social company, calculate. So when AI now calculates, the onus is now on you as a researcher, as an academic, as a professional, to go through the solutions to verify whether they are correct or not, because of the caveats already written that they make mistakes. And I give you an example. Here in the United States, we have people who came from different countries for a conference. And during the conference, I give them a question. And the question is in financial accounting with figures. And I ask them to use ChatGPT to analyze and interpret the financial statement. Honestly, all the attendees, they were drawing my attention, bro. Why are we not getting the same answer? Different results. Just like the example I also gave to you that we saw in one of our case studies that I said, that one we use ordinary least square method. What about AI give you a different method? So you as a professional, as a researcher, need to know your onions. Don't rely on the result on AI 100%. I will keep saying it. Even recently, I used AI to generate a content. Immediately, I saw error there. I have to correct. At another time, I have this question I've been solving for my student in National State University, Kefi, on oil and gas accounting. I've solved that particular question for years on the board, by a chalk and board. And I said, okay, that was during the research into artificial intelligence. I now took the same question to AI to solve for me. Honestly, the solution AI gave to me misleading. So it's a kind of admonition I'm giving to us that people use AI doesn't mean AI should substitute our own human intelligence. It takes somebody who knows the nitty-gritty of his profession to be able to identify that this solution provided by AI is correct or not. All we are using AI for is to guide, to support us, not that you do copy and paste type as a researcher. Many universities now are coming up with AI policies. They know there is nothing new under the earth. Whether it's AI that generates the content for you or not, as a researcher, you want to write your PhD work, it's a must. You have to have literature review. In literature review, you must make reference to the work others have done. We are going to see that AI also for purpose of research. It's just to gather the data or information for you. When you now gather, you will now sit down, begin to solve. Okay, I gathered this. There are some time, even after collecting all the information, that you need to now rewrite. That is what we call rephrasing. Because a university that has AI policy and have said maximum 15% AI generated content is what is allowed, and you now use AI to collect all your content, definitely you cannot scale through. We have cases, time is on our side. In UK, United Kingdom here, we have a student who was fined £10,000 reason for using AI, assignment and all manner of quiz. Here in US, United States, we have students who, in fact, some of them from even Nigeria, Some from other African countries, they already left the university, they left United States because AI, not even their own initiative. So I emphasize again, please, the use of artificial intelligence is just to guide. It's not for us to rely 100%. Sorry for taking that long time to explain this, but it's very important.
Thank you, Prof. Thank you, Prof. Thank you.
Yeah. For a student that is writing exam, especially in Nigeria, that one no AI is Bible and paper. But for you, that you are not the only one in the market, competition, no, you need artificial intelligence so you can serve more customers, because the more the problem you solve, the more the size of your income. That's the advantage of AI, or one of the advantages of AI. Let's see if we can take one last question before we call it a day. And that case study. Our case study question, let me go quick now. We've seen the YouTube. Case study 5, I will leave it for us to go and attempt ourselves. But this particular case study 5 is addressing Gemini deep research. I love that. The last speaker who asked question, like the researcher. AI, that Gemini, also perform deep research. I will summarize what we mean by this deep research. Deep research in the sense that if you ask Gemini to help you gather some data, Gemini will not limit himself. He has that capacity. He will not limit himself to whatever is within his scope. He will even go outside, go to Google, go to anywhere I can get information in the digital space and make them available. It can even go to the length of seeing what others have done. See, from management concern to evidence-based execution decision, that is this case scenario. Prime Care Services Limited is a multi-site professional services organization operating across 3 locations. Management is considering introducing an organization-wide AI productivity transformation program that is concerned about the cost, cybersecurity implications, employee resistance, data privacy, and whether the investment will actually improve productivity. The management does not want a recommendation based merely, this is something you read now. The management, I can highlight this one in yellow. See the point of emphasis, Gemini deep research. The managing director does not want a recommendation based merely on AI-generated opinions. He has instructed the strategy team to conduct deep research using current, credible external sources, compare the company position with global development, and submit an evidence-based recommendation to the board. The meaning of this is that Gemini have that capacity when it goes into deep research, not to limit whatever data is going to offer to you, what is available within the scope of Gemini. It will go outside, solve the internet, consult different websites of different companies in accordance to what you want it to do, and bring you relevant information for purpose of decision. That's what this case 35 is all about. Please, you're going to do that yourself as part of your practice question. And see the task here, using Gemini deep research, act as a senior digital transformation and management consultant, and advise the board on whether Prime Care Service Limited should proceed with the proposed AI transformation program. Let's leave that here. Up to 10 questions here. Then I have also put in the deep research prompt. The prompt you need is there. The last question we take for today, before we close. Gemini also have the capacity to perform multimodal file analysis. Multimodal file. If you have picture, you can upload. If you have PDF, you can upload. If you have Word document, you can upload. If you have Excel file, you can upload. All at the same time, different formats, and Gemini will help you analyze. See something here. One organization, multiple files, one management decision. That is multimodal file analysis. See the case scenario. Prime Care Services Limited has just completed its 2025 annual performance review. The managing director is concerned because different departments appear to be presenting conflicting pictures of the organization performance. Management has assembled information in different formats. Excel file, can you see? They have some document, and this is reality. There are some document in real life. It's Excel, maybe because they have formulas. The other one is in PDF file, and that one in Excel file is quarterly operational and financial performance. The one in PDF file, annual management performance reports. Image, customer satisfaction survey dashboard. Then there's the one in what document? Staff performance and human resources report. Say the managing director wants the file analyzed together, all four at the same time, rather than separately, and has requested an integrated management briefing before the next executive committee meeting. See files data to prepare for the demonstration because of our time. So for each of these things you are seeing here, file Excel, I have shared with us on the platform the complete data for each of them. One is in Excel, you will see it, I label them case study 6A, 6B, 6C, and 6D. 6A is the Excel, 6B is the PDF, 6C is the image in PNG, that's the format, and 6D is the Word document. What's the task for us? Upload all four files simultaneously, analyze each file and identify its most important findings, integrate the information. Even this one, ladies and gentlemen, I believe we can stop this ourselves based on what. But then, somebody needs the case study 4. Please, that person send a message. Follow this same process I'm doing now. Once you follow this same process, you can use it for that case study or you missed because of network issues. What I'm going to do here,
so for this one, in white.
See what I'm doing? I'm loading my Gemini. I will say new charts. Then the next task is this. I will upload all the 4 files at the same time. I'm sure you are seeing my screen. I will click on see what I labeled is 6A, case study, is Excel, 6B is PDF, 6C, PNG file, 6D, the 6D is Word document. So I'm uploading all these 4 documents at the same time. See, I highlighted all the 4, A, B, C, D. Immediately I highlighted, see what I'm doing. I will click open. Just see my cursor here. I will click open. Watch. All 4 files uploaded. This is multimodal analysis. That is, Gemini have the capacity to analyze multiple documents in different formats. Excel is there, PDF, PNG, then Word documents. The next thing that will make the difference will now be your prompt, your instruction. And all I need to do here, again, because of our time, I will go to prompts, which is also in our question. See what I just picked there from prompt. There's a prompt for this question. Act as a senior management consultant and business performance analyst, I have uploaded 4 files containing financial, operational, customer, and human resource information for prime care service. Analyze the files both individually and collectively. I just picked the last 2 questions because of time. Identify major trends, specifically summarize the major findings from each file. Identify at least 5 cross-file trends. I will submit. Let's watch as we close. We'll stop here for today. We really exceeded 1 hour, 30 minutes we are supposed to do. Executive summary and individual file findings. See, immediately. Step 5 performance file, see the analysis. Annual management performance report in PDF. Then customer satisfaction survey dashboard image. 5 major cross-file trends and synthesis. We're going to stop here for today. If we are not tired, I will just introduce one of the, we can go on like this, one of the AI tool we are going to look at next week. I know our time is past 10. And I'm still answering to answer the question of the researcher. It's of the essence. You are called upon by organization and you are given 5 minutes notice to come and present a paper to some of your investors. They are already in the office of the Oga at the top, and you are given like 5 minutes. And what's that topic? They ask you to come and speak to them of benefits of investments in banking industry or in Zenith Bank. I want to be specific now. And time is the limiting factor. Ladies and gentlemen, we have an AI tool called Slide GPT that can do that slide for you. And all you need to do when you launch your browser, you don't need to launch a new browser. Just go for a new tab. Once you have that new tab, see it here, new tab, click on new tab and type slidegpt.com. We'll continue from here next week. And once you type this, you have your topic, benefits. Benefits of saving or investing in Zenith Bank PLC. This is the topic you have been given to speak on. All you do, and you have only 5 minutes. You see the benefit of AI. Instead of saying, okay, how do I prepare? No, you have AI who can guide you, especially when time is a limiting factor. All you will do here is create slide. As soon as I click on this, you will see that this AI tool will help me create the outline. See the outline. I'm not the one who prepared the outline. When we come next week, we will see how you can edit this outline to suit what you have in mind. After creating this, the outline has created, they are giving me different design to choose from. They will just go straight. By default, they have picked the first one, total light. Next, I will click. Can you see immediately, this AI tool is creating for me my PowerPoint slide. See the agenda, he has given us the agenda, benefits of saving or investing in Zenith Bank. See introduction, why consider Zenith Bank PLC for saving and investment. See that with different pictorial representation. So all I need to do is find a way to download this, or I copy the link, I go and do my presentation. So AI, with the ethical use, makes you a smarter and better professional or top executive. Thank you for your attention. This is where we're going to stop for today. Questions and comments before we invite our board member for closing remarks.
Thank you, Prof. I want to appreciate you for this lesson you're taking us through. Is really an eye-opener. And for somebody like me, like I said earlier on, that wants to make money out of this, I want to retire earlier than I am supposed to, and I'm a woman with 4 children, and I want to be comfortable. So please don't forget our investment option you said you were going to take us through towards the end of the lesson.
All right. Well noted.
Thank you.
Any other comment or question? All right. If you don't have question or comment, I need a feedback. I hope somebody grabbed something today. Out of all we had 5 case studies. At least you can launch your browser. You can also launch the Gemini. You can upload. Then you prompt. Thank you once again for your attention. Webmaster, over to you.
Okay, thank you so much, sir, and well done for the great impact on today's presentation. Please, a round of applause to Professor Adebayo Paul Adejola for the multiple case studies we have seen today. It was like, it looks as if the whole thing will not end today because he wants to put more impact. So once again, another round of applause. Well, we have today with us Dr. Jose Noguera. I don't know, sir, if we can just give him a minute or two to say something. Prof.
Yes, good morning. Good afternoon. Can you see me?
So please go ahead with the closing remarks.
Your camera is not on.
Oh, I think I may have something wrong here. Oh, okay, now it should be. But anyway, it's okay now. It should be. Okay, well, just for the sake of time, I know that we have a very, very useful, very valuable, very powerful presentation for the prof of the LawHub. And to summarize, I think one of the questions that was made was very, very important, which is what we have to take with us today, is that on one end, you have to know the question. You have to know how to ask the questions. How are you going to communicate with the system, with ChatGPT or Gemini or any other AI? So that's number one. So you're the experts. You are the one to communicate. The next one is that you have to be able to, be conservative when it comes to realizing that the system is not taking your role. The system is helping us. So we need to be very conscious on what is the output. And as you noticed, some of the exercises, some of the cases, we run some statistics, we use some models. Well, we have to build the system to do that, but you are the expert, so you need to know if those models are correct or not, and you also need to know what's the output. So there is a gap between what you get from the system and what decisions you make from that information. And we are the experts, so we are the ones who need to close that gap by you having the judgment to decide whether or not the output you're getting is the right output or it's not the right output. So throughout this training, that is going to be the main purpose, is for us to get to know tools that can empower you to get information, to get data, to get some good inputs from the systems. And then on the other side, you're going to look at and judge of whether or not those outputs are what you need to report or you need to use to make decisions. And that is very, very, very critical. As the prof was saying many times and multiple times, we know AI is not replacing us, it's not replacing humans. And we're going to have that session, which is going to be very important, which is about AI and humanization. And we talk about doing research and whether or not that research is valid or not. We have to decide on that. So I think that is the biggest lesson that throughout our learning on AI is going to pretty much tell us every time, is that you are in charge. Your AI is your assistant, your TA, your GA, your graduate assistant, your research assistant, the person in your business that can help you collect that data, analyze it, and then but you have to sit down and say, okay, let's see, is this correct, or should we run it this other way? If we are not doing that, that is going to be a problem, and that's why we have some failures when it comes to the system, and that's why also we have companies that they're skeptical still on having to jump into the AI and using AI in their business. So that I think is something that we really need to keep in mind, and that's what we're dealing, not just in academia but also in businesses and everywhere. It's very powerful, but we have to be conscious that it's us at the end who has to make the decisions, who has to justify, to have to validate and prove that what we're going to be recommending for making decision is going to be the right thing, and not letting AI. Because just imagine you telling your bosses, well, this is a report about this analysis, this risk or this investment, and AI did it for me. What your boss is going to say? Well, I didn't hire AI, I hired you. You are the expert. So let's keep that in mind. And so we'll thank you for participating, and we look forward to seeing you next week. So have a good afternoon, good evening, everyone.
Good evening, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Najera, for that contribution. So enjoy your evening, our participants joining from Africa, and for those of us here in the United States, I say enjoy the day, because this is 1:05 p.m. here in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, from the ACTSA Global Multipurpose Center. See us next week. By the grace of God, we'll start on time, we will close on time. A wonderful evening once again. Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Bye. Thank you, sir. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, sir. Bye.